Welcome to this transformative video, where we explore the principles of dark Stoic psychology to help you take back control of your relationships and make him come back crawling. Relationships can sometimes feel like a relentless tug-of-war, leaving you feeling drained, powerless, and uncertain. But what if the tables could turn? What if rejection could be redefined, not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to personal growth and self-mastery? In this video, we'll delve into 9 powerful Stoic strategies that will empower you to reclaim your confidence, master your emotions, and naturally draw him back into your orbit. These aren't manipulative tactics. They're timeless principles designed to help you become emotionally unshakable and undeniably magnetic. By the end, you'll not only know how to make him return, but also discover a version of yourself so strong and captivating that you'll never feel powerless in love again. Chapter 1: The Power of Emotional Detachment. The journey to reclaiming your power in any relationship begins with mastering the art of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is not about becoming indifferent or callous. It is about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes your peace, independence, and self-worth above all else. Many people make the mistake of tying their happiness to another person's actions, words, or presence. This dependency often leads to behaviors driven by desperation, chasing, pleading, or clinging to someone who may no longer be fully present in the relationship. These actions, while stemming from a place of vulnerability, tend to push people further away. Desperation and neediness are repelling, not because you care too much, but because they communicate a lack of inner balance and self-assurance. Emotional detachment offers an alternative path, one rooted in strength and self-respect. It doesn't mean you stop caring about the person or the relationship. Instead, it means you stop allowing your emotional well-being to hinge entirely on their decisions or behaviors. Detachment shifts your focus from external circumstances, which you cannot control, to your inner world, which is entirely within your power to master. When you detach from the outcome, whether they stay, leave, or return, you create a sense of calm, confidence that others find inherently attractive. This shift in energy is transformative. When you stop chasing, you disrupt the established dynamic of the relationship. Suddenly, you are no longer the one constantly seeking attention, reassurance, or validation. Instead, you become someone who radiates self-sufficiency and emotional stability. This shift doesn't go unnoticed. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and independence. When you detach, you send a subtle but powerful message. You are complete and content on your own, and your happiness is not contingent on their presence. Detachment also introduces an air of mystery. When you stop reacting to every action or word, it leaves them wondering what you're thinking and why you've changed. This curiosity can be a powerful tool. Humans are wired to value what they fear losing, and when you pull back emotionally, it creates a sense of intrigue and urgency. They begin to realize that the validation and energy they once took for granted are no longer readily available. This shift often sparks a renewed interest and can make them rethink their role in your life. Beyond its impact on the other person, emotional detachment is a gift you give yourself. It allows you to step back and evaluate the relationship with clarity. When you're no longer consumed by fear, anxiety, or the need for constant affirmation, you can see the situation for what it truly is. You gain the ability to assess whether the relationship aligns with your values and whether it's worth pursuing. This clarity is empowering because it puts you back in control of your choices and actions. To cultivate emotional detachment, start by focusing on yourself. Redirect the energy you once invested in the relationship into personal growth and self-care. reignite your passion for hobbies, set ambitious goals, and reconnect with supportive friends and family. Practices like journaling, meditation, and mindfulness can also help you center yourself and develop a sense of inner peace. These habits remind you that your worth comes from within, not from someone else's approval or attention. Emotional detachment also requires patience and practice. It's not an overnight transformation, but a continuous effort to prioritize your emotional well-being. There will be moments when old patterns resurface, when you feel the urge to reach out, seek closure, or beg for their attention. In these moments, remind yourself of your strength and the power of detachment. Each time you choose to focus inward, instead of chasing outward validation, you reclaim more of your personal power. The beauty of emotional detachment is that it transforms not just how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. It helps you rediscover your value and recognize that you are worthy of love and respect, regardless of anyone else's actions. Ironically, it is often this very detachment that draws people back. When you stop chasing, you create a space for them to come to you, because now you are no longer the one who needs them, but the one they can't stop thinking about. Chapter 2: Silence Speaks Volumes. Sometimes the most profound and impactful message you can send is delivered through silence. In the aftermath of a breakup or argument, the immediate impulse might be to reach out, explain yourself, or even plead for understanding or reconciliation. However, silence, when chosen deliberately, can be a far more powerful response. It allows you to communicate strength, emotional independence, and self-respect without uttering a single word. Embracing the Stoic principle of silence transforms what may seem like passive withdrawal into an active and intentional reclaiming of your emotional power. Silence forces the other person to confront their own thoughts and feelings without interference. By stepping back, you create a void that they cannot ignore. The absence of your voice, presence, and energy compels them to reflect on what they have lost and to grapple with their own role in the situation. It stirs curiosity, leaving them wondering what's going on in your mind. Human nature is drawn to the unknown, and your silence creates a mystery that can be far more thought-provoking than any explanation or argument. It allows them to miss you, question their assumptions, and in some cases, reconsider their actions. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes self-control and emotional resilience. The Stoics believed that power lies not in reacting impulsively, but in mastering one's emotions and responses. By choosing silence, you demonstrate that you are not a slave to your impulses or emotions. You show that you are capable of standing firm, prioritizing your peace, and refusing to be drawn into unnecessary drama. This quiet strength is magnetic and communicates that you value yourself enough to protect your emotional energy. For you, silence is not just a tool to influence the other person. It is also a means of self-preservation and growth. The period of silence provides you with the space to process your emotions, reflect on the situation, and gain clarity about your own needs and desires without the distractions of ongoing arguments or the pressure to explain yourself. You can focus inward, rediscovering your worth and rebuilding your confidence. It allows you to heal and move forward on your own terms, ensuring that any decisions you make are rooted in self-awareness and not in emotional turmoil. Importantly, silence is not a manipulative tactic. It is not about playing games or seeking to punish the other person. Rather, it is about setting boundaries and protecting your emotional well-being. It signals that you will no longer engage in cycles of unproductive communication or allow your peace to be disrupted by conflict. It is a statement of self-respect, one that demonstrates your ability to prioritize your needs without feeling the need to explain or justify them. Silence also breaks unhealthy patterns. If your relationship or conflict has been marked by constant arguments or attempts to plead your case, silence disrupts this cycle. It creates a new dynamic, one that shifts the focus back onto the other person to reflect on their own actions. For you, it signifies a turning point, a deliberate decision to step away from toxic patterns and embrace a healthier, more empowering approach. Psychologically, silence can be disarming. It forces the other person to fill the gap left by your absence, often triggering introspection. They begin to imagine your thoughts, reconsider their choices, and recognize the value of your presence. This reflection can lead to greater appreciation and respect, both for you and for the relationship. In the end, silence is a powerful declaration of your worth. It is an active tool for reclaiming your emotional power, demonstrating that your peace is non-negotiable and that your value does not depend on external validation. By choosing silence, you communicate strength, self-respect, and independence. Sometimes, the loudest and most impactful message you can send Chapter 3 is the one left the glow-up strategy. In this chapter, we delve into the powerful concept of transformation, focusing on the art of leveling up in all aspects of your life, health, career, and personal interests. The idea behind a glow-up is not just about improving your physical appearance, but about cultivating a thriving, holistic version of yourself that radiates confidence, strength, and ambition. When you dedicate time and energy to becoming the best version of yourself, not only do you reclaim your self-esteem, but you also create a presence that becomes undeniably attractive to those around you. The essence of a glow-up is about more than just aesthetics. It's about growth and empowerment. The first area to address in your transformation is your health. Your physical well-being is the foundation of everything else in your life. It's easy to neglect your health, especially in the midst of stress, emotional turmoil, or when you're overly focused on external factors. However, focusing on your physical health through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest is essential for your energy, mood, and confidence. The physical benefits of exercise, strength, endurance, improved posture, and the release of endorphins are profound, but the mental clarity and emotional resilience that come from prioritizing your well-being are equally significant. As your health improves, you'll start to notice a boost in your self-image and confidence, and this positive shift will naturally spill over into every other area of your life. Next, your career is a vital area for leveling up. The journey of professional growth often provides the most visible evidence of your transformation. Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, pursuing an entrepreneurial venture, or exploring a creative path, pushing yourself to excel in your career signals that you are capable and ambitious. It's not just about financial success. It's about developing skills, expanding your knowledge, and asserting yourself in a way that commands respect. When you actively invest in your career, whether through further education, networking, or tackling challenges head-on, you send a message to yourself and others that you're committed to your success. The independence and self-sufficiency that come from thriving professionally will enhance your sense of worth and attractiveness, not just to others, but to yourself. Another critical element of the glow-up strategy involves nurturing your personal interests and passions. Too often, people focus on external factors and neglect the importance of cultivating inner joy and creativity. Embracing your hobbies, interests, and personal projects is key to fostering a sense of fulfillment and purpose. Whether it's learning a new skill, traveling, reading, or practicing a form of art, engaging in activities that light you up fuels your self-esteem and personal growth. These passions not only enhance your quality of life, but also make you more interesting and engaging to others. When you confidently pursue what excites you, you're sending a message that you are a multifaceted person with much to offer. When you focus on leveling up in these three areas, health, career, and personal interests, you inevitably begin to radiate a powerful energy. The confidence that arises from feeling good physically, excelling in your work, and nurturing your passions is contagious. People around you will take notice, and perhaps most importantly, so will you. The glow up strategy works because it's a reflection of self-love and respect. By prioritizing your own growth, you make it clear that you're thriving and finding happiness without anyone's validation. This transformation not only reestablishes your confidence, but makes you an irresistible presence, someone who has it together and is fully in control of their life. Your transformation becomes the most attractive thing about you because it signals that you are a force to be reckoned with, thriving independently and unapologetically. Moreover, this transformation acts as a silent message to those who may have overlooked you or taken you for granted. By focusing on your glow up, you make it clear that you are not waiting for anyone to complete you. You're whole on your own, and you are flourishing regardless of external validation. This sends a powerful message of independence and resilience that makes it impossible for others to ignore. It's the ultimate demonstration of your worth, one that speaks louder than words. A glow up isn't just a physical transformation. It's a statement of personal empowerment and a declaration that you are living your life to the fullest, thriving in every aspect, and proving that you don't need anyone else to validate your success. Chapter 4. Master your emotions. Emotional mastery is a powerful skill, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, that allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. In moments of conflict, separation, or emotional upheaval, your ability to stay calm and composed becomes your greatest weapon. When emotions are running high, it's easy to react impulsively, letting anger, sadness, or frustration dictate your actions. However, by mastering your emotions, you rise above the chaos, maintaining a sense of balance and clarity. This not only enhances your personal well-being, but also commands the admiration and respect of those around you. Emotional control is not about suppressing your feelings. Rather, it's about understanding, processing, and managing them in a way that empowers you. The first step in mastering your emotions is self-awareness. You must develop the ability to recognize your emotional triggers and understand why certain situations or people evoke specific reactions. Self-awareness requires honesty and introspection, acknowledging your vulnerabilities without judgment. This level of understanding allows you to pause before reacting, giving you the space to choose a measured response rather than being controlled by fleeting emotions. This pause is where your power lies. It shows emotional intelligence and maturity, traits that set you apart as someone who can handle life's challenges with poise. One of the key principles of Stoic philosophy is that you cannot control external events, only your response to them. This mindset is liberating because it shifts the focus away from trying to change others or circumstances and instead emphasizes your internal resilience. By accepting what you cannot change, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and frustration. Instead of reacting emotionally to a situation, you learn to adapt, to focus on what you can influence, and to find solutions that serve your long-term well-being. This ability to stay grounded amidst uncertainty is not only admirable, but also incredibly attractive. It signals to others that you are secure in yourself and not easily shaken by external forces. Practicing emotional mastery also involves letting go of the need for validation from others. When you detach your self-worth from external approval, you become unshakable, no longer seeking to prove yourself or win someone's affection. You radiate confidence and independence. This detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you prioritize your peace and self-respect above all else. When someone sees that you are in control of your emotions, unbothered by drama, and focused on your own growth, they are naturally drawn to your strength and stability. People admire those who remain composed in difficult situations, as it reflects a deep inner strength that is both rare and compelling. Another important aspect of emotional mastery is forgiveness, not necessarily for others, but for yourself. In moments of conflict or separation, it's easy to dwell on mistakes, regrets, or what ifs. However, holding on to resentment or self-blame only drains your energy and clouds your judgment. Forgiving yourself and others allows you to release negative emotions and move forward with clarity and purpose. It's an act of self-love that reinforces your commitment to inner peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful behavior. It means choosing not to let it control you. When you master your emotions, you cultivate an aura of serenity and self-assurance. This inner peace is magnetic. It draws people in because it reflects a level of confidence and maturity that is both inspiring and comforting. Emotional mastery also empowers you to communicate more effectively. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can articulate your thoughts and feelings in a way that fosters understanding and respect. This ability to navigate difficult conversations with composure further sets you apart as someone who is emotionally intelligent and in control. Ultimately, mastering your emotions is about taking back your power. When you allow external circumstances or other people to dictate your feelings, you give them control over your happiness. By staying calm, composed, and self-aware, you reclaim that power, becoming the architect of your emotional landscape. This transformation not only benefits your mental and emotional health, but also elevates how others perceive you. Your ability to maintain inner peace makes you irresistible, not just to him, but to anyone who values strength, resilience, and authenticity. Emotional mastery is not a destination, but a lifelong practice, and the more you commit to it, the more unshakable and empowered you'll become. Chapter 5. Shift the Validation. Dynamic 1. Of the most transformative strategies in reclaiming your power is learning to shift the validation dynamic in your relationships. Far too often, people fall into the trap of freely offering validation, showering someone with compliments, chasing their attention, or constantly seeking their approval. While these actions might stem from genuine affection or a desire to be liked, they can inadvertently diminish your perceived value. Over time, excessive validation becomes expected and taken for granted, and the person receiving it may no longer appreciate or reciprocate it. By withholding excessive validation and letting others work for your attention and admiration, you create a powerful shift in the dynamic that not only elevates your worth, but also leaves others craving the validation they once overlooked. The first step in shifting the validation dynamic is to stop over-investing in people who are not matching your effort. If you find yourself constantly initiating conversations, giving compliments, or seeking their acknowledgement while receiving little in return, it's time to pull back. This doesn't mean being cold or unkind. It means realigning the balance of energy in the relationship. By not chasing or overly seeking someone's approval, you create space for them to step up and invest in you. People are naturally drawn to what they perceive as valuable and unattainable. When you stop offering validation freely, you subtly signal that your attention is earned, not given away without effort. Compliments are another area where moderation is essential. While it's natural to express appreciation or admiration for someone you care about, doing so excessively can backfire. When compliments become constant, they lose their impact and can come across as insincere or even needy. Instead, reserve your compliments for moments when they are truly deserved. This scarcity makes your validation more meaningful and impactful. When someone has to work for your admiration, it feels more rewarding and genuine. This creates a dynamic where they actively seek your approval rather than passively receiving it. In addition to reducing how much validation you give, it's equally important to stop seeking validation from others, constantly looking for reassurance, asking questions like, "Do you like me?" or "Am I good enough?" places your self-worth in someone else's hands. This not only weakens your position in the relationship, but also makes you appear less confident. Instead, focus on cultivating your self-esteem internally. Remind yourself of your own value and accomplishments, and recognize that you don't need external validation to feel worthy. When you project confidence and self-assurance, you become infinitely more attractive. Shifting the validation dynamic also involves setting boundaries. If someone is used to receiving your attention effortlessly, they might initially resist when you start to pull back. However, holding firm to your boundaries reinforces the idea that your time, energy, and validation are valuable. For example, if someone starts taking too long to respond to your messages or isn't making an effort to see you, don't chase them. Instead, redirect your focus to your own goals, interests, and relationships. This not only communicates self-respect, but also creates a sense of intrigue. People naturally want what they feel they might lose, or what seems just out of reach. By creating this dynamic, you challenge the person to value and pursue you in a way they might not have before. When they realize that your validation is no longer guaranteed, it triggers a desire to earn it. They begin to see you as someone who knows their worth, and this shift can dramatically change how they approach the relationship. They'll start to put in more effort, pay closer attention to you, and genuinely appreciate your presence in their life. This strategy isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about restoring balance and mutual respect in the relationship. It's about recognizing your value and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. By letting others work for your validation, you reclaim your power and create healthier dynamics where appreciation and effort flow both ways. Ultimately, shifting the validation dynamic is an act of self-love. It requires confidence, patience, and a willingness to prioritize your own well-being over the need for external approval. When you stop giving away validation freely and instead let others earn it, you not only enhance your self-worth, but also create deeper, more meaningful connections. The result is a dynamic where both parties feel valued and respected, a foundation for a healthier and more balanced relationship. Chapter 6: Patience as a Power. Move patience is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools in life and relationships, particularly when viewed through the lens of dark Stoic psychology. In a world driven by instant gratification, patience is a rare and admirable trait that sets you apart. It demonstrates self-control, confidence, and an understanding that meaningful change takes time. Whether you're seeking personal growth, healing from a breakup, or rekindling a connection, patience is your ally. It's a quiet power move that not only communicates self-respect, but also amplifies your influence by showing you are not ruled by desperation or impulsive emotions. True change, whether in yourself or someone else, is a process that cannot be rushed. When a relationship ends or enters a difficult phase, it's natural to want immediate resolution or reconciliation. However, attempting to force outcomes often backfires, pushing the other person further away and leaving you feeling even more frustrated or powerless. By choosing patience, you embrace the idea that time and space are essential for both growth and perspective. When you give someone the space to miss you, reflect, and process their own emotions, you create an environment where genuine reconnection becomes possible. Patience requires a deep trust in yourself and the process. It's an act of faith, not in the other person, but in your ability to thrive regardless of the outcome. By focusing on yourself during this period, you continue to grow, evolve, and strengthen your own foundation. This not only enhances your confidence, but also shifts the dynamic in your favor. Instead of chasing or clinging to someone else for validation, you channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. This self-assured attitude is incredibly attractive and leaves a lasting impression. The power of patience also lies in its ability to make you stand out. Many people, driven by insecurity or fear of loss, rush to act, whether through constant messaging, over-explaining, or attempting to win someone back through grand gestures. These actions often come across as needy or desperate, undermining your position and pushing the other person further away. In contrast, when you exercise patience, you communicate a sense of self-possession and control. You show that you are not afraid to wait, that you value yourself enough to avoid settling for hasty resolutions, and that you trust your worth will speak for itself in time. Timing is everything in relationships and life. Pushing for something before the right moment often leads to disappointment, while waiting for the right conditions can yield far better results. Patience allows you to align your actions with the flow of life rather than working against it. It gives you the clarity to recognize when the time is right to act and when it's better to step back. This discernment sets you apart as someone who is thoughtful, strategic, and in control. It's a stark contrast to the impulsivity that often governs human behavior, making you appear stronger and more composed. Furthermore, patience is a form of emotional detachment that signals confidence. When you are patient, you show that you are not dependent on immediate outcomes to feel secure or validated. You trust in your own resilience and know that no matter what happens, you will be okay. This quiet confidence is magnetic. It creates an aura of mystery and intrigue that draws people toward you. They begin to wonder what makes you so self-assured, why you're not reacting like everyone else, and what they need to do to earn your attention. However, patience does not mean passivity. It's not about waiting idly for things to happen or for someone to come back to you. It's an active process of growth and preparation. While you give the other person space, you should focus on your own life, improving your health, pursuing your goals, and nurturing your passions. This not only distracts you from the urge to act impulsively, but also ensures that when the time comes, you are in the best possible position to make informed decisions about the relationship. Patience is a statement of self-respect. It shows that you value yourself enough to wait for what you deserve rather than settling for less. It also demonstrates emotional intelligence and maturity, qualities that others admire and respect. By mastering the art of patience, you establish yourself as someone who doesn't rush, panic, or settle, but instead moves through life with intention and confidence. In the end, patience is a power move because it shifts the balance of control. It allows you to reclaim your energy, focus on your own growth, and let others come to you on their terms. It's not about manipulation. It's about creating a dynamic where respect and mutual effort thrive. By exercising patience, you prove that you are not desperate for anyone's attention or approval, making you all the more irresistible. Chapter 7. The fear of loss. Human nature is such that we value most what we fear losing. This psychological principle holds true in relationships, where the fear of loss can be a powerful motivator. When someone believes they have secured your attention, loyalty, or affection indefinitely, they may begin to take you for granted. However, when they perceive that your life is moving forward without them, flourishing, evolving, and thriving, it creates a sense of urgency. This fear of losing something valuable often reignites interest, making them want to reclaim their place in your life. The key to leveraging the fear of loss lies not in manipulation, but in genuinely building a fulfilling, independent life that speaks volumes about your self-worth. The first step in invoking this dynamic is to truly embrace your independence. Show, not tell, that your world does not revolve around anyone else. Pursue new opportunities, invest in personal growth, and take steps toward achieving your goals. Whether it's advancing in your career, learning a new skill, or exploring a passion you've long neglected, these actions demonstrate that you are capable of thriving on your own. When others see that you are focused on your own success, it subtly communicates that you are not waiting for anyone to validate your worth or define your happiness. This kind of confidence and self-sufficiency is magnetic, drawing people toward you naturally. Social media can be a subtle yet effective tool in this strategy. While it's important to avoid oversharing or coming across as inauthentic, selectively posting about your achievements, experiences, and personal growth can send a powerful message. For example, sharing moments from a new project you're excited about, a trip you've taken, or a milestone you've reached, signals that you are living a rich and dynamic life. These glimpses into your thriving world create intrigue and may even spark a sense of regret or fear in someone who once had a place in that world. The key is to be genuine. Post because you're proud of what you're doing, not because you're trying to elicit a reaction. Authenticity is what makes this approach effective. Another essential aspect of invoking the fear of loss is maintaining your boundaries and not overextending yourself to accommodate someone who isn't reciprocating effort. If someone sees that you are willing to bend over backward to keep them in your life, they may not feel any urgency to step up. On the other hand, when they notice that you are no longer as readily available, that your time and energy are being invested elsewhere, they begin to understand that they could lose access to you. This realization often prompts them to reevaluate your value in their life. Living authentically is the cornerstone of this approach. Pretending to be busy, happy, or successful just to create a certain impression is counterproductive and ultimately unsustainable. Instead, focus on genuinely building a life that fulfills you. When your happiness and success come from within, they naturally radiate outward, making you more attractive to everyone around you. The person who once took you for granted will notice this transformation and may begin to fear losing the new, elevated version of you. The fear of loss works because it taps into a fundamental human tendency to value what seems scarce or slipping away. When someone sees that you are thriving without them and that your attention is no longer guaranteed, it creates a sense of urgency. They may begin to question their role in your life and wonder if they've underestimated your worth. This sense of potential loss can reignite their interest and make them want to earn back their place in your world. It's important to approach this strategy with integrity. The goal is not to manipulate or play games, but to reclaim your power by focusing on your own growth and happiness. By living authentically and prioritizing your own needs, you naturally create the conditions for others to appreciate and value you more. If someone does return to your life, It should be because they genuinely recognize your worth and are willing to invest in the relationship, not because they've been coerced into doing so. Ultimately, the fear of loss is about showing and not telling that you are a person of value who cannot be taken for granted. By thriving in your own right and demonstrating that your life is moving forward, you shift the dynamic in your favor. This not only enhances how others perceive you, but also strengthens your own sense of self-worth. When you embody the confidence and independence of someone who knows they are irreplaceable, you naturally inspire others to see you the same way. Chapter 8: Strategic Reconnection. Reconnecting with someone from your past, especially in the context of rekindling interest or reigniting a relationship, requires a thoughtful and strategic approach. Timing, tone, and delivery are everything. A hasty or overly emotional attempt to reconnect can come across as desperate and counterproductive, whereas a calculated, confident reintroduction can spark curiosity and intrigue. Strategic reconnection is about entering his world again with subtlety and grace, creating an atmosphere where he feels compelled to engage with you. By keeping your interactions light and purposeful, you set the stage for meaningful communication without overwhelming him or yourself. The first step in strategic reconnection is to ensure that the timing is right. Rushing back into someone's life too soon, especially if emotions are still raw, can do more harm than good. Before reaching out, take the time to reflect on your intentions and the current state of your personal growth. Are you genuinely in a better place, emotionally and mentally? Have you been focusing on your own happiness and well-being? If the answer is yes, then you are more likely to approach the situation with clarity and confidence, which will naturally enhance your presence when you re-enter his life. Your initial approach should be simple and casual. A lighthearted message or a thoughtful comment on something he cares about can serve as an effective opening. For instance, if you know he's passionate about a particular hobby, sport, or project, you might comment on a related post or send a brief message that ties into it. This creates an opportunity for connection without putting undue pressure on the interaction. For example, a message like, "Just saw," something related to his interest, and "thought of you, how's it going?" is friendly, unobtrusive, and shows you're still paying attention to the things that matter to him. One of the most important aspects of strategic reconnection is maintaining a confident and light tone. Avoid diving into heavy or emotional topics right away. Instead, keep the conversation upbeat and easygoing. This sets the tone for future interactions and signals that you're in a good place. Confidence is key here. It shows that you're reaching out because you genuinely want to reconnect, not because you're seeking validation or closure. This subtle difference in energy is often what makes an interaction feel natural rather than forced. Equally important is leaving a sense of curiosity. When reconnecting, avoid over-explaining yourself or laying out your intentions too explicitly. Instead, let your actions and demeanor speak for you. Share glimpses of your life, perhaps a recent achievement, a fun experience, or a new interest. But don't reveal everything all at once. Let him wonder about the changes in you, about what you've been up to, and about what might have inspired your growth. Curiosity is a powerful tool in rekindling interest, as it keeps him engaged and wanting to learn more about you. It's also essential to be mindful of boundaries. If he responds positively to your initial outreach, allow the interaction to unfold organically. Resist the urge to push for deeper conversations or immediate plans to meet. Let him take the initiative in moving the connection forward. This not only gives him the opportunity to invest in the relationship, but also reinforces your position as someone who values mutual effort and respect. If he doesn't respond or seems uninterested, don't take it personally. Strategic reconnection is not about guaranteeing an outcome, but about creating an opportunity for reconnection on healthy terms. If the timing isn't right, or if he's not receptive, you can still move forward, knowing that you've approached the situation with grace and integrity. Continue focusing on your own growth and let the experience serve as a reminder of your resilience and self-worth. Strategic reconnection is ultimately about balance, showing genuine interest while maintaining your independence, expressing confidence without arrogance, and creating intrigue without being overly mysterious. By carefully managing these elements, you reintroduce yourself as a person who is self-assured, evolved, and worthy of attention. This approach not only increases the likelihood of reigniting his interest, but also sets the foundation for a healthier and more balanced dynamic moving forward. Remember, subtlety is your greatest ally. The goal is not to force a connection, but to plant a seed of curiosity and allow it to grow naturally. By keeping your interactions light, confident, and meaningful, you position yourself as someone who has grown, moved forward, and yet remains open to the possibility of reconnection. This combination of self-assurance and openness is undeniably compelling, leaving him intrigued and wanting more. Chapter 9. Becoming the Prize. The ultimate transformation lies in becoming the prize. A person so confident, self-assured, and emotionally independent that you naturally draw people toward you. This isn't about arrogance or superiority, but about stepping into your fullest potential and embracing the idea that you are inherently valuable. When you become the prize, you stop chasing others or seeking validation from external sources. Instead, you radiate a magnetic energy that makes people want to be part of your world. Whether he comes back into your life or not becomes secondary, as the true victory lies in becoming the best version of yourself. Becoming the prize begins with confidence. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing and embracing your strengths while being at peace with your imperfections. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Confidence allows you to walk into any situation with your head held high, unshaken by rejection or external judgment. This kind of self-assuredness is incredibly attractive because it signals that you value yourself and don't rely on others to determine your self-worth. Self-respect is another cornerstone of becoming the prize. It means setting and enforcing boundaries, refusing to tolerate mistreatment, and prioritizing your own well-being. When you respect yourself, others are more likely to respect you too. Self-respect isn't about building walls. It's about creating a life where mutual respect and genuine connection thrive. It's about showing that you're willing to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't align with your values. This unwavering commitment to your own dignity makes you stand out as someone worth pursuing. Emotional independence is perhaps the most transformative aspect of becoming the prize. It's about finding fulfillment within yourself, rather than depending on others to make you happy. When you're emotionally independent, you don't need someone else to complete you or validate your existence. You're whole and content on your own, and any relationship you enter becomes a bonus rather than a necessity. This independence creates a powerful aura of strength and resilience that draws people to you. They're intrigued by your ability to thrive on your own and inspired by your inner peace. One of the most liberating aspects of becoming the prize is the shift in perspective it brings. When you stop chasing, you reclaim your energy and redirect it towards your own growth and happiness. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth or compete for someone's attention. Instead, you focus on becoming a person who naturally commands respect and admiration. This shift is empowering because it allows you to approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. At this stage, whether he comes back or not ceases to define your success. If he does return, it's on your terms and because he recognizes your value. If he doesn't, it's because the universe has something better in store for you. Either way, you've already won by becoming someone who is self-assured, self-respecting, and emotionally independent. The prize isn't the relationship, it's the person you've become through the process. Living as the prize also means leading a life that is rich, fulfilling, and aligned with your passions and purpose. Pursue your goals unapologetically, nurture your interests, and surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. When you live authentically and joyfully, your energy becomes infectious. People are drawn to those who exude happiness and contentment because it's a rare and precious quality. By living your truth, you inspire others to do the same, further solidifying your status as someone worth admiring and pursuing. It's important to understand that becoming the prize isn't about playing games or creating an image. It's about genuine transformation, building a foundation of self-love, confidence, and independence that sustains you, regardless of external circumstances. It's about realizing that your worth was never in question and that you've always been deserving of love, respect, and happiness. This realization is what sets you apart and makes you truly magnetic. In the end, becoming the prize isn't just about attracting others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for your own sake. It's about stepping into your power and creating a life that fulfills you on every level. The people who recognize your worth will naturally gravitate toward you, but the real victory is in knowing that you don't need anyone else to validate your existence. You've already won by choosing yourself, and that's a prize no one can take away. Congratulations, you've just unlocked the transformative power of dark Stoic psychology, reclaiming control over your emotions, relationships, and life. This journey has never been about manipulation or forcing someone to return. Instead, it's about focusing on your personal growth, building unwavering confidence, and becoming the most magnetic version of yourself. True power lies in self-mastery. When you prioritize your own well-being and embody emotional independence, you naturally draw others toward you. The transformation you've undergone is not just about relationships. It's about redefining your worth, embracing your strengths, and living authentically. This newfound strength makes you unshakable, empowering you to navigate relationships from a place of abundance rather than need. Whether someone chooses to come back or not becomes secondary, because you've already won by choosing yourself. Your glow, resilience, and self-assurance will speak louder than words, inspiring admiration and respect. If you found these insights valuable, take a moment to hit the like button, share your reflections in the comments, and subscribe for more wisdom on relationships and Stoic philosophy. Remember, the greatest victory is mastering yourself. Until next time, continue owning your transformation and shining as the best version of you.